Hi there, my name's Adam Davidson, owner of Dental Digital. If you own a dental practice and in the past you've tried to run advertisements for your dentist, whether that be through Facebook, through Instagram, through Google, if you've ever tried to increase your patient base by advertising your services online, you may have found that you face the issue of getting leads actually booked into consultations. So, what do I mean by that? Well, if you've ever advertised, like I said, on Facebook, Instagram, Google, these platforms are very, very good at getting lots of inquiries and leads because services like Invisalign implants, veneers, bonding, whatever it may be that you're advertising, these are all highly in demand treatments that lots of people are looking for. And on Facebook and Instagram, if you advertise these treatments, you can reach lots of people. So naturally, you can get a lot of leads if you set it up correctly. And leads just meaning inquiries, people who are clicking on your advertisement and filling in their information. However, you may have struggled with getting people actually booked in for a consultation. So you have a lead, and that lead obviously is expressing an interest in a consultation. However, you may have struggled, like I said, to get lots of people actually booked in. So you may have found it in the past where maybe you've had 50 leads in a month, but you've had very minimal consultations booked. Now, that is down to a few reasons. Number one, it can be down to the quality of inquiry or the quality of lead, but I won't go into that in this video. In another video coming, I am going to be talking about how you can improve the quality. And that is something that you can improve if you have the right things in place. However, assuming you have a good advertisement that qualifies people, okay, you still may find that you're struggling to book leads into consultations. And usually it's down to a few reasons which I've found in the past. Most dentists do not have what's necessary in place internally. So basically, most dentists don't have all the systems in place. They don't have the right team in place in order to do what's necessary to book in the most amount of leads. So the most successful dentists I've ever worked with have internal sales teams, internal teams that are waiting, or managers or treatment coordinators, whatever it may be. However, they have someone dedicated to advertisement leads. So if you're promoting, like I said, Invisalign on Facebook and Instagram, you're going to get a whole bunch of inquiries. And the most successful dentists have someone who is solely responsible to contacting those people and booking them in. However, most dentists do not have the capacity to have someone there whose only job is to contact leads, right? That's not realistic for a lot of dentists. What a lot of dentists do is when they run advertisements, they're relying on their team, so their reception team, their maybe management team, to contact these inquiries to book them in. Don't get me wrong, you can still book in some of the leads by doing that. However, you're going to miss out on squeezing the most out of the inquiries that's coming in, getting the most booked in. And the reason why is because reception teams, management teams, or whatever it may be, have other stuff going on and they're not trained salespeople. Okay, so they're not super on the ball all hours of the day. They're not contacting leads straight away as they should be because they've got other tasks. So therefore, you lose out on a lot of leads. Okay, now one of the reasons why that is, and I'm referring to why you lose out on a lot of leads, just because maybe you're not quick enough, is because the attention span of people nowadays is extremely small. If someone fills in an advertisement on Facebook and Instagram, if you don't contact them within half an hour max, most of the time, max half an hour, you've lost them, unless you have relentless follow-up, okay? And that's because people could fill in a form, but half an hour later, they've lost a bit of interest. If the advertisement's good, it can get their emotions spiked in that particular time. And if you jump on them while they're interested, you can book them in more time than not. The longer time goes on, there's a saying, time kills all deals. The longer time goes on, the more interest they lose. It makes it harder for you to get hold of them. It makes it harder for you to actually contact them. You may have even had it before where you've called them up and they've said, oh, I'm not interested anymore, or I didn't mean to do it. Whatever it is that they say, more time than not, it's just the fact they've lost complete interest. Now, don't get me wrong, you will still get some people, even if you call them a minute later, who are not qualified. But as a whole, generally speaking, that's why. It's because of the speed in which you're getting hold of them is not there. And maybe to your team, half an hour later is quick. But in that person's reality, that's not that quick. Okay. So what it is you need a system. You need an automated system that will follow up and message your leads straight away to get conversations started. And this is what this system is here in the background. And I'm going to run over this briefly. And this is something you can ask more questions about if you have any questions about this. But basically, this system here is called High Level, okay, or Go High Level. And it's a CRM that's built to track leads in one place and follow up with your leads for you, okay? So this will bridge the gap. This system I've had in place for my clients, and it's improved the response rate by almost 50%. So 50% of people are coming through are responding straight away, and more people are responding to the follow-up messages that they're getting without the team doing anything. So it's saving teams time, and it's making it all super organized. So the team just needs to log into one system. They can see all of the leads in one place, and they can see all of the conversations that's being had on the system, and then they can just follow on and contact those people. Okay, so it's called High Level. However, you can create your own systems of High Level, and this is the one that I've created. This is a real client account. Okay, and I'm going to show you first of all what happens and what I suggest to have in place if you're trying to get more responses. Okay, if you're trying to get hold of more leads and you want more people answering the phone, actually booking in, you need to be quick in your follow-up. They need to get instantaneous messages. Okay, and I want to show you the kind of thing that you need to have in place that will get you more responses. It will get more people booking in. Okay, so let me show you this workflow here, and this is what's known as a workflow. This is all the workflow is what will happen to the lead once they've actually become a lead. Okay, so I'll make this more simple. So let's say I'm scrolling on Facebook or Instagram and I see your Invisalign advert, okay, and I'm interested in Invisalign. I click on your advert, I fill in my information. I'm now waiting for you to contact me to book me in. However, at the moment, most teams will not be able to contact me for a couple of hours. They might even contact me tomorrow, okay? By that point, I could have lost interest. I could be back at work. It's game over most of the time by that point. So it's important that someone contacts me quick. Now, this system does that. So let's say I fill in a form. 1 minute later, this in the background is the workflow. This is what's going to happen. You don't need to stress each and every step here. Again, if you've got any individual questions, I can show you how this system works on a call. Again, it's a system called High Level, but it's something that you can have in place for your team when you're running advertisements. But basically, 1 minute later, I will receive this text message. Okay, and I'm going to go over why this text message works so well. But in a nutshell, it will say, "Hi Adam, thank you for just filling out our Invisalign form on social media. Could you let me know what your current situation is with your teeth? Let me know exactly what you're looking to improve and I can point you in the right direction. Best regards." And then you can sign off with the name of the person at the practice. It doesn't matter, as long as you sign off with a name. Okay, so this message is designed to get instant responses. And it works really, really well. Like I said, at the moment, we're getting about 50, it's close to 60% response rate out of every lead that comes through instantly without the team doing anything. Okay. So the reason why this works is, number one, it's sent from a mobile number. So you can link a mobile number up to this system. So any lead that comes in will get an instant text message from that mobile. And mobile numbers are important to send messages from rather than calling people from landlines, etc. You get a lot more responses if you text people from mobiles. Okay. Number two, the message is wrote out in a way as if someone's actually wrote the message out. Okay, so it's not your typical automated response, thank you for getting in touch, we'll be in contact soon. That's just a waste of automated messages. You can use them to get conversations started straight away, okay? So it's wrote out in a way as if someone's actually wrote the message, and it has an open-ended question so someone can reply to it, okay? And number three is that, actually I think I went over all 3 points. So it's wrote out in a first person casual way with an open-ended question. It's sent from a mobile number and it's sent 1 minute later, which means it's extremely fast, which means that person 99 times out of 100 is still there at the phone, okay, still filling in the form, still scrolling, okay, which is important. You need to capture them while they're interested. So this is the first message that I will get. Now, if I respond, I will then get another message coming back to my response. You can see here, the system will wait for a reply. If I reply, I will receive another text message. It will say, "Thanks, Adam. I can definitely help you. When's the best time to contact you to book you in for your free assessment?" So no matter really what I say, this message will kind of generically answer my question or my statement or my response, and it will ask me for a time to book me in. Okay, because really that's what you're looking for. You want people to give you a time when you can actually call them to book them in. Okay, now that's if I respond. If I don't respond, the system will wait 6 hours. It will wait around 6 hours time, and it will then contact them with another nudge message. It will say, "Thanks, Ad. Oh, hi, Adam. Let me know if you're still looking to learn more about Invisalign, blah, blah, blah," right? It's what's known as a nudge message. Now, this system can go on and on and on and on. You can build this out so it's got 100 different steps over the space of weeks if you wanted to. But this is just a basic workflow I'd like to share with you here that's already getting 60% response, or 50 to 60% response rate. And this is a simple system. That is what's going to happen. It doesn't matter if it's an Invisalign lead, if it's an implant lead, you can have your own workflow for implants. For every treatment, you can have your own workflow, your own messages. But the point is to try to get conversations started with people instantaneously. Okay, so that's what's in this system. Okay, now your team need to know obviously what the responses are. So if someone's responding to those messages, they can go to the Conversations tab on the left, and this is really the game changer part here that's making a lot of these teams book people in. So if they go to the Conversations part on the left, okay, they can see not only all of the responses from the automated messages, but also they can see your Facebook and Instagram DMs. Okay, so this system also links in with your Facebook and Instagram, so you can actually see your normal Instagram messages and Facebook messages, which is helping teams a lot because they have to individually log in to Facebook or Instagram to reply to those messages, which a lot of teams just don't get around to doing it. A lot of people in-house, they just don't get around to doing it. They're not as quick as they need to be, and they lose out on a lot of business. So this has it all in one place. Okay, but that's a side point. It's a side benefit. The main thing is they can respond to all of the people who have come through and answered the messages. And this has only been in place for a very short amount of time. But just to show you an example here is one guy who come through. Now, this was in the beginning of the system, so I actually didn't have it fully set out at this point. You know, the system is actually saying his full name, but now it only says the first name. But for example, Peter Ford come through. Peter Ford, it said, "Hi, Peter Ford. Thank you for just filling out our Invisalign form on social media. Could you let me know what your current situation is with your teeth?" So the same message I just showed you, it's the instant message. He then said, "I'm looking to book a consultation for my 18-year-old daughter. She's looking for some realignment, straightening and whitening." It then comes back with this follow-on message. "Thanks, Peter. We can definitely help you. When's a good time to book you in?" He said, "I'll be free at 10 a.m. this morning," right? Now, look, if we look at the time frame, this come through at 8:44, the first message, because his form, he actually submitted a form at 8:43. So 1 minute later, he gets the first message. At 8:45, he responds. So this is the importance of speed here. No one's responding half an hour, 2 hours later. They're doing something else. Their day's changed by that point. This is important of speed. 8:45, he responds. Okay. Now, at 8:45, he then gets a message back from the system, and in the same minute, he responds with when to contact him. The client contacted Peter and booked him in, because they've got engagement. This happened without the team doing anything. The team just logged in the morning once they got there at 9, noticed there was a conversation that's happened this morning, and then just followed on whatever happened in the conversation, okay, and booked the person in. With the simple fact of getting a response from Peter, increase the chances of booking him in, okay? Another one, Susan had a first message. "Thanks, Susan." So let me show you here. "Thanks, Susan. Thanks for the first message come through." She just put "not straight." Some people are quite blunt, they just answer "not straight" or whatever it may be. The text message, "Thanks, Susan, could definitely help you." Same messages, right? She said "anytime tomorrow," meaning you can contact her anytime tomorrow. Now, this message, and this is quite an important part, was a message from the actual client. Because what you can do in this system is you can respond straight back to them. So the automated stuff will happen. But if you want to text, a certain response, you can just literally text in the message here. So you can just, type back to them through SMS, through this system, which you can imagine is very useful, because you don't have to somehow contact them elsewhere. You can literally just carry on the conversation. And then this client carried on the conversation, and you can see here they've had a conversation here. Another one I can show you here. I can go on and on and on. Again, this is someone else responding. Pete, another guy called Pete, response. He's responding without the team doing anything. Another one, Sarah, she had the first message. She said call 11 to 12 today. Another one, well, Hannah, so if you can see here, Hannah on the on the left-hand side, this is actually a message from Facebook. So this is where you can see your Facebook messages here. If they want to reply to that, they can. Now, this client's also running an open day. So there's a different workflow for an open day. So I'll walk you through this. So Sarah come through. It's another Sarah. So she had a message, okay, at 7:02 this morning. "Hi, Sarah. Thank you for filling out our form on social media for our Invisalign open day. We're hosting our open day on the 11th of July, which is a Tuesday. Could you let me know a good time to contact you so I can confirm your spot on the day? Thanks." Then obviously signs off with Bella. She then come back, "Hiya, I'm free from 3 p.m. today." And obviously that's really early in the morning. Once the team come in, they can see that and contact her after 3 p.m. And having that, makes a huge difference. Now, don't get me wrong, this team needs to really come in here and respond, and that's something that you can train your team on how to do. It's very simple, obviously, get them in the habit of doing it. But the point is this: it's getting responses. Okay, I can show you another example of someone else who come through. As we can see here. So this was another woman, Maricela, who come through for an Invisalign Open Day. She's responded saying, "Hi, Bella," as if Bella's actually wrote the message, which she didn't. Tomorrow morning after 10 would be great. If I can't answer, I'll call back. So this is all happening alongside the team. So the team aren't doing anything at this point to contact the leads, which saves them a huge amount of time. They can just come in to the system, see the conversations that's going on, and then follow up or take the necessary next step in order to book that person in. Now, don't get me wrong. Not everyone responds. Okay, and like I said, not everyone responds. You still want to be contacting these people as normal when you get around to it. But this just contacts everyone straight away. So it will increase your chances of getting hold of people. And it bridges that gap from the time that you get around to actually focusing on that. Because if there was no contact there in the beginning, your chances of booking them in is just it's thin, And last but not least, I just want to show you the opportunities tab here, which is an area where you can track all of your leads in one place. So you have different pipelines. You've got an Invisalign, so it doesn't matter. You can create your own pipelines. But basically, all a pipeline is for you to track the status of each lead. So are they a new lead? Are they booked in? Have they replied? Haven't they replied? What do you need to do next? And you can customize your own columns, but it keeps your team on top of what's going on with each inquiry. A lot of teams give up after the first or second responses because they've got other stuff going on. That's not what's going to book people in. If you want lots of people getting booked in from leads from social media, you need relentless follow-up. You need people to know what's going on. And this system has different pipelines where you can see who's replied, who hasn't replied, etc., etc. Now, again, I'm still training my clients on how to use this system effectively. But once they have it down, they're going to have everyone in the correct columns. They're going to know what's going on. They're going to be responding straight away to the conversations. And yeah, it's going to make a huge difference. And it already is making a huge difference to not only the response rate, but the booking rate. If you can get a conversation with someone going on a conversation, your chances of booking them in is 80% plus actually booking them in once you get conversations going with people, because it makes it a lot easier by that point. They have already established trust. They've already established rapport with you. So last but not least, this high-level system is potentially integrating ChatGPT into the system. So something that we're still looking into, but ChatGPT may be able to integrate with the system as well. If you're not unaware of ChatGPT it's a very advanced AI chatbot that's almost really, honestly, it's like a human, and you can train it on how to talk to people in any given industry, and you can give it certain goals. So, for example, you could say, look, I want this person to give us a time when we can book them in. Can you build rapport with the person first? And can you ask them the situation? There's a whole bunch of stuff you can do, but basically, you can have a full-on bot in your conversations, which actually has full-on conversations with your leads at all times, at multiple times at once, which is something your team could never do. And this is the power of AI. It's something that is going to change the game, but if you can adapt with it, you can use it to your advantage. And this is one of the areas where it's going to be extremely beneficial. Imagine if you had 50 leads coming through a month, you would have 50 conversations going on at once with a super advanced chatbot that the person would never know was a chatbot. You can train it to sound very casual, etc. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can do that potentially will be integrated into this system. But that's something that I can keep you posted on. Anyway, I hope this made sense. I hope it's of value. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to look out and show you much more in depth on how it could work for your practice. Okay, thank you.